Hello everybody, today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a stick bot backflip. So what you're going to need is obviously a stick bot. You're going to need a rod of some type. Well, the reason why I say to use a rod is just because it makes it look a lot cleaner afterwards instead of using your hand. I personally like to use these Lego rods, which you can get in multiple sets, including the Lego Beehive set and the Lego Phantom Tower set. What I like to do with these rods, you don't have to use these ones, but what I like to do is I like to connect two of them and then put this little gray rod through the middle so that it can hold more weight on your stick bot, which is going to be connected to. But you don't need to use that, you can use any rod you want. And the last thing you're going to need is tape. And the app I'm going to be using for this is Stopmotion Studio Pro. So you're going to need that app. You can't use the free version for this, unfortunately, but let's get into it. First, let's watch a real-life backflip so that we can make ours the most realistic as possible. And I'll pause at a couple key points here. So first you see he puts his arms back to gain the most momentum as possible, and then you also see he squashes his entire body down. Then you see he stretches out while leaping, and midair he curls his body up once again. And finally he lands and squashes his body once more. So let's get started. So here you'll see in this time lapse, I'm just getting started real quick, and then I begin to do what the guy in the video does. He first bends forward, and he bends down, and he begins to get ready for his leap. Now here you see I begin to attach the rod with some tape, but something very important that you do is you actually take one shot where your character is not in the shot. This will be very important later on, so please make sure you do this. Now I'm just moving the character midair, using the rod, and finally I take the rod off and put it on the front side because you want to make sure that you can never see the rod in front of your character in any of these shots. And you'll see I move it back to the back side right before he lands, right here. And then he finally lands and I take the rod off and I finish filming the shot. And now you'll see this is what our product looks like so far. So now it's time to do the editing, which is where you're shot without your character and it comes in handy. So you're going to want to copy that shot and paste it in between every single shot where you use the arm. And see, I'm going through here pasting in between every single one, and you have to make sure you do it between the last one and the next frame too. So now you'll see this is what the shot looks like now. It looks a little weird right now, but don't worry, we're going to fix it. So now we're going to click on the frame and click the erase button. And now you can mess with your brush size here, but you're going to want to erase the rod. And there's two ways of doing this. You can erase just the rod, which is a little bit of a lazy way, or you can erase everything around your main character, which is what you'll see I do here. So now I sped the video up a little bit. You'll see I'm going around erasing everything, and you're going to need to do this for every single frame that you use the little plastic arm in. So now you see I'm going through all the rest of the frames, doing the exact same thing. It does get repetitive, but I say it's worth it at the end. So now I'm finished doing that, and I'll show you what it looks like now. And so next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to delete all those filler frames where your character's not in them. So now, this is where you get to having the finished animation. So now let me show you the finished thing. So this is a pretty good strategy. You can do this with really anything. You can do it front flips, anything that flies. So thank you for watching this, and I hope I helped somebody out there. Bye.